gosh. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Funkatomia WTF. Man, I am your host, Mr. Christopher. This is my co-host, Jeff Page. So you guys probably need a background story on that.
Hey, this is for Mr. You know who it is.
Yes,
Nick Garcia. This for you, man.
So we first got to Minneapolis. We had lunch with John Frost and his wife, and then we had dinner. Went back to the hotel. I crashed for an hour or 2 hours or whatever it was, and then we had dinner with Nick Garcia. And one of the things we were talking about was that everywhere that we go in Minneapolis, I can always tell where Jeff is because we always hear that fear, fear, fear. You know, like everywhere that we go.
It's there. It's there.
And Nick was like, I could do without that. It's everywhere.
Oh, he was worse than that. He was like, no, pew, 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 no more pew, pew, pew.
Oh my God. So anyways, so we had to I don't know if are you like going to stop doing that just based on what Nick has said, or is
it came from dinner while we were eating at the Thai place. I had this food that was beef jerky kind of thing, and I was eating. It was really tough, and I forgot. I was like, it's like beef jerky, yeah. But we were talking about how tough and whatever it looked, and I was like, it's like you want to put it in your mouth, and you're like, and so they were like, that's it. That's it. From now on, I'm just gonna.
And it was kind of funny. They laughed about it for like 15 minutes. It was like ongoing. It was like the punchline. They just kept coming back.
It just kept coming back. It was the ultimate callback.
And this is our annual discussion about the celebration to kind of help you kind of make a little bit of an informed decision about some of the decisions that you're going to be making. But I've never done this before, but I feel like it is now that there's a lot more eyeballs that watch this show, not just you folks, but other official folks that watch this show. So I feel like I need to do this disclaimer. This show is not authorized, affiliated, or partnered with Paisley Park or the estate in any way whatsoever, other than the fact that we'll be going and we'll be talking about it. So we're not going in any official capacity. We're going as a guest or whatever. The information I'm going to share with you, so the suggestions that I'm going to be sharing with you are just based on my attendance at previous celebrations that I've been at, and having been in Minneapolis many times. However, the celebration this year is a little bit different. So a lot of this still applies, and I'm going to be sharing with you. So we're going to be covering some information here that they now have publicly shared. So it's not going to be any rumors or conjecture.
There might.
What?
There might.
We'll see what happens.
Opinions.
Right. Opinions, you know, but there are some things that are still floating and that I don't know, and I'll share what those are too. But I just wanted to comment and kind of go through some of these announcements. Because again, we're going to be sharing our thoughts about these announcements with you. But on top of that, let's just kind of move on. Let's just move on. All right. So the celebration has now been confirmed for the 20th through the 24th. And it's taking place this year. Actually, every year they've done this, but it's taking place this year in multiple locations. Before, it always used to be at Paisley Park, except for an extraneous like launch party that would happen at the W, or a live show that, or like when they did Prince on the big screen, they did it at what's the name of that big starts with an A. They typically will do like the bigger events like Prince Live at the big screen, either at the Target Center or wherever. But for the most part, most everything happens at Paisley Park. Even the live shows happened at Paisley Park. So, you know, we're going to go through the posted schedule. And the other thing I will note is that since Armory, thank you, Nancy. The other thing I will note is that since Prince has passed, the celebration has bounced back and forth between April and June. Mm-hmm. April used to be the go-to, obviously, because we were celebrating his passing and everything like he asked us to. But they came to find out that April was not always a friendly season for Minneapolis and traveling, because a lot of times I think it's like sometimes it snows in April. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they moved it to June, and I think it just I guess the risk of just being too cold it just got it permanently moved to June. So that's where it's at. It's in June. Um, but normally, here's the other different thing is that it was normally the first week of June, and now they've moved it towards the end of June to align with the 40th anniversary of Purple Rain. So, um, basically, what's interesting here, first up, let me just go through how they've marketed this. They marketed it as, on the website, it says all guests will experience world-class music, celebrity panels, exclusive concert footage, multiple activations in downtown Minneapolis, and a newly curated Paisley Park tour and more. I'm excited for some of the new stuff they do have in the Paisley Park experience, because normally when they say something like that, it normally means that they're showing you something different, or there's going to be different display with different types of stuff to look at.
Yeah.
And I've been on this tour. I've been on the tour so many times that I kind of feel like I've seen a good bit.
Yeah.
But let's talk about some basic stuff that I found really, really interesting was the pricing. The pricing is something that is is something that's relatively important.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, right?
Yeah, it's a lot to consider. It's an investment.
It's a big one. Well, here's something that's interesting before we get to the pricing. 18 and over event. I don't remember or recall, and I take that back. I take it back. I think I have seen a kid there, like in young teens or whatever, there with a parent before in the past. But I can't seem to recall. I think it's because of the cost of what it costs to bring a child to this event. It's the exact same as an adult. That's the reason why you don't see a lot of kids there. But I cannot remember. I literally cannot remember them specifically saying this is an 18 and over event. I don't remember them saying that.
I think they're trying to keep me out because I'm not 18 yet. So I've had a rough life though, but it just like, no Jeff Page. It's that parent thing.
Well, and Shannon says 18 maybe because Purple Rain is rated R. I mean, that could be
little Nikki grind, and it's over.
But if that's the case, then you simply just say, okay, if you have somebody that's younger than 18, they cannot attend this section. They can do everything else, but not this.
They can't do that. You can't trust people. Like, what are they gonna do? They're gonna take the extra staff to ID everybody now to double check. You know what I mean? Like, they're not, because people will sneak people in anyways. So I think for them to just blatantly say, forget it, that's the right move.
Lisa said, my generation didn't bring kids to an adult event. Times have changed. You're right. Now they bring their dogs.
That's right.
Oh, this in my handbag? Oh, don't worry about it.
He's tiny. Just a little raisinette poops.
He just goes in the bag and then I dump it out later.
Would you like a jelly bean? That's not a jelly bean.
Why do you have raisins in your purse? Anyways, all right. So let's go ahead. We should have moved along. All right. Let's talk about the pricing, shall we? Let's do that. Okay. I went back and looked at 2023's pricing and 2024's pricing. At one thing you will notice, and as in 2023, it was less. First thing, I don't remember there being a early bird special. I just think they just said it's on sale, buy them, and that was it. And there's certain tracks. So they had two different tracks. They had the diamond track and they had the pearl track. And some people gravitated towards diamond and some people gravitated towards pearl for whatever reason that may be.
Right.
This time around, it was general admission and gold, and that's it. Mm-hmm. So in 2023, the cost was $1,100 for both diamond or pearl for VIP. It didn't really matter. But if you got the early bird special this year, it was $1,200.
Right.
That with early bird special. Now the early bird's over, and now the tickets are $13.50 plus $50 service fee. Brings it to about four. It brings it to $1,400. Not about. It brings it to $1,400. So you're, $250 higher than it was last year. General admission was $550, and the general GA early bird. Why don't I know this? Because I bought it. I think it was $650. I think is what it was.
Was
It
it?
was
Yeah, 6. Yeah.
Was it $650 or $620? I can't remember. I'll have to look at my receipt. But anyways, it was $650, and then general admission now that the early bird special is over, $750. But essentially, general admission is $200 higher than it was last year. Okay, so that is what the pricing is right now. Now, VIP tickets are still available. I heard some people talking about that VIP was sold out. The early bird was sold out because they only released a certain amount of VIP tickets for early bird, and then GA. But let's go ahead and talk about this for a second, because the other part of this is what the level of show that you're getting is very, very different.
Right.
Because you're getting to see the Revolution perform at First Avenue. That's the first thing you're going to be able to see. You're going to be able to see NPG. You're going to be able to see. Now, even if you think about, I don't know if we got any Swifties out there or any fans, but if you wanted to get decent seats to any show of a current pop star right now that's like big, anybody that's out there, you're probably going to spend what the VIP is if you get up there with the tickets. I mean, you get up there really, really high. You get it can be,
if you want real seats.
If you want, right, exactly. If you want real seats, and you're talking about 3 shows, plus on top of that, you're talking about 4 days of. There's going to be shuttle buses. I'm sure they haven't announced that, but I'm very, very confident there's going to be shuttle buses. It's just I realize that it's a lot of money, but that's the reality of it. And people say, well, when Prince was alive, it was only $100, and you got, or whatever it was, and you got to stay there for the whole day and everything else, and it was like,
right.
Okay, well, that's unfortunately not what it is anymore. So, just got to have to accept it and embrace it because that's what it is. If you want to go, that's what the cost is. That is right there. I'll put it up there again. We can alleviate the 2023 part of it, but again, it's basically $1,400 if you want to go VIP, which is going to get, we're going to go over what you're going to get.
Right.
And then $779. I wish I would have made it a $27 service fee so that it could have been $777 general admission. That would have been much cooler, but that's what they did. They made it $779. Come on, folks, think outside the box.
Think outside the box. Be creative.
That's right. That's right. Get to it. So, anyways, that is that's it. So now I think it's important to talk about the differences between the two packages. So that's going to be the next trick, is to say, all right, what are you going to get? What do you get for this? And what do you get for that? All right, so let's pull it up. Hey, don't worry about it. I highlighted the things that are different, but I'm going to break it down. I'm going to break it down by days so that everybody kind of gets the full picture. All right, so let's talk about the differences, shall we? Let's do this. Here we go. General admission. That is a long list. I'm not going to go through the list in its entirety, but I wanted to pull up the list so that you can see the general admission list and the VIP list. And the primary differences are what is highlighted in yellow on the VIP side. My apologies to those folks who are listening via the Funked Up app, but I'm going to kind of read the ones that are highlighted only so that you can see the differences between them. And we're going to go over all this by day anyways. So
let's apologize to the colorblind folks as well. Those those who identify with colorblind even. So just in case.
For those who are colorblind, they're squares that are around certain pieces of text. Those squares indicate that there are differences within the VIP. You don't have to worry about the yellow part, just the squares. or the rectangles.
The
if you
gray
want
squares.
the light gray squares. The main primary differences with the VIP is you get an exclusive tour of Paisley Park as opposed to just a GA tour of Paisley Park. GA tour is walk through your damn self.
Get your butt over there. Get you there.
The exclusive tour is okay. Who here is a Prince fan?
Oh, yeah. What's your favorite song?
Actually, that's probably the GA version.
Oh, yeah, that's the GA version. That's mean. That's just
Right.
whoever that was. Hey, nobody knows it's you, so don't get mad at us. But
Oh my god. Anyways,
you know what you did. That's all I'm saying.
you know what you did. Change that script.
Change the script, man. Rewrite the book. She was like, okay, so who flip here?
Okay, so that's your GA tour. You'll get an exclusive tour of Paisley Park, which will either be Jessica or somebody awesome that will walk you through everything. The other thing that VIPs get that's different is the VIP preferred seating and sections at celebration events, and in parentheses, strictly enforced, which means that a lot of times, like in the previous celebrations, what they did was they had like the first 10 rows were VIP. I'm glad they kind of figured things out and they kind of spread things out, because before it used to be like the amount of chairs that were in VIP were exactly the amount of chairs that there were VIP. So like you were like, and like meanwhile the GA people were just like arms on both sides of the chairs next to them, was like, man, y'all look uncomfortable up there. I'm glad they fixed that.
Yeah, you VIP, you don't want to be like, I gotta sit like this.
Yeah, you sit in first class, you need to feel first class.
Right?
Anyways.
Not like sheep. That's
right. So you get the VIP preferred seating, and it's strictly enforced, meaning that you can't just go up there and pretend to be talking to somebody and say, "Oh, I'm not here. I'm just want to talk to them for a second." They go, "Oh, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to sit right here." So they're apparently going to be strictly enforcing the fact that you can't sit in that area. There's also a VIP hospitality lounge access in downtown Minneapolis, which is last year they kind of did it in the W. They had an upstairs area that was specifically for the VIP folks. There's going to be a VIP boat cruise on Lake Minnetonka. And then there's a bunch of exclusive stuff that they're going to get: exclusive listening session at Paisley Park, unreleased vault material, which is very, very cool. Exclusive VIP merchandise, first access to all celebration merchandise, exclusive VIP lunch on Thursday, exclusive gospel brunch on Sunday, and exclusive VIP panel and Q&A session. So that's all the extra stuff that you get being a VIP. We didn't go through every single item because we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. So it's gonna be fun. So this is like one of my little favorite components. See, one of the problems is that I kind of moved this tab out of I moved this tab out of order. But this is where we're going to have a little bit of fun. All right, let's talk about it for a second, shall we? It's my infamous map. It's the what? It's the what?
The map.
It's the map. All right. Sorry, you have to have kids to understand that. This is a map of a portion of Minnesota.
Minnesota. What do they call it?
Where the Minneapolitans live.
Minneapolitans.
Yeah, this is a little portion of Minnesota where it kind of I kind of cut the map just north of Minneapolis, because you won't be going up there, down towards where. So if you're looking at the map here, if you're listening to it, there's a map of Minnesota up here, a portion of Minnesota. And imagine a backwards L. Let's just start there. The top of the L is where Minneapolis is. That's where First Avenue is. That's where the State Theater is. The corner of the L is where the airport is. And it's also where one of the host hotels, the Hilton, is located in Bloomington. All of the other hotels, I will tell you that they're partnering with, are up in Minneapolis, where First Avenue and the State Theater is. Mm-hmm. And all the way over there to the left, all the way over there to the left, because remember, this is a backwards L. All the way over to there to the left is Paisley Park in Chanhassen, which is past Eden Prairie, past all that stuff. Now, many of you might also be noticing that to kind of make this backwards L into a square, there's a circle that's up there. That circle is technically Lake Minnetonka. Now, it's just this weird, funky lake and whatever. But if you look up Lake Minnetonka on Wikipedia, this whole area is actually Lake Minnetonka. So there's a reason why it's highlighted, and the reason why it's highlighted is because the VIP folks will be doing a boat ride somewhere in Lake Minnetonka. I don't know where that is. That boat ride has been there. They've done that boat ride for years now. The boat cruise for a while, but I don't know where it launches from. I don't know if it's the same one. I don't know any of that stuff. So I don't know exactly where it leaves from, but
I do know that I'll be looking for anyone who wants to purify themselves in the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
Yes. And just make sure it's Lake Minnetonka.
Yeah, because we'll be watching.
And don't get a seat all wet.
Don't get my seat all wet.
According to Gene, boat ride out of Excelsior Bay. So Excelsior Bay is kind of where in the bottom of that circle where the green pin is. So that could very well be where it's at.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't know for a fact. That has not been documented, but apparently when you go to pick up your credentials that first day, which you can typically what happens, let's go ahead and discuss this. I'm going to minimize this map for a minute. And because we're gonna bring this map up as we go through the days. There's a reason for that madness, so I'm gonna explain this to you. This broadcast is repetitive for a lot of people, but the reason why I do this broadcast is because I also know there is a large chunk of people who come to the celebration who have never been to celebration before. Mm-hmm. So I want to make sure that you experience everything. And that you kind of understand how Minneapolis and Chanhassen and Bloomington, which is where the airport is laid out. Because it's really, really important that you understand those tidbits of information because it's very important to how you get around and everything else.
And plus, those of you who are used to this, you may not realize it, but there's many, many people that actually approach us and say, I wasn't gonna go until your show, or I didn't know where to do something until we saw your show. And so people are getting something out of it, and we have a lot of new listeners. I mean, we're now, those numbers are way up there anyways, and even in the chat there's a lot of new people that I haven't seen before. So
there you go. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate So here's the thing. We're going to talk a little bit about this because of this layout, because it can be, because I just saw somebody ask, how expensive are Ubers and Lyfts and everything. Let me just go ahead and tell you, just rent a car.
Yep.
Just rent a car. We're going to talk about that, because if you have to go back and forth from Minneapolis to Chanhassen, if you happen to get a hotel in Minneapolis, which I'm going to go ahead and tell you now, I am going to tell you that that's not a good idea to get a hotel in Minneapolis. If you're going to be there, like Jeff Page was this past weekend, and you're only going to be there for one night, and the primary reason why you're going to be there is for an event that's in Minneapolis, that's cool, that's fine. But this event is over a period of 5 days, and the problem is that some of it's all the way up there in Minneapolis, mm-hmm. and some of it's all the way down there in Chanhassen. Yeah. And those are two, and they literally are about 35 minutes apart from each other, depending on traffic and depending on how things go. It makes much more sense just to simply just rent a car. And it's also why I always suggest, if you fly in, to get a place in Bloomington, because Bloomington is right there at the bottom of the L. So if you have to go to Minneapolis, boom, it's 15 minutes there. If you have to go to Chanhassen, boom, it's 15 minutes that way. It's 15 minutes either place that you go, and you're smack in the center. and there's so many cool things to do in Bloomington. I know some I was talking to somebody this past weekend. They were like, "Oh, I don't stay in Bloomington because there's nothing to do there." What? Uh, and no offense, because I know that person and I can't remember who said it to me, but I was like, "That's no." Bloomington has so many restaurants. Not on top of that, Mall of America is there. Mall of America, which is the biggest mall in the country, is there.
Wow.
And on top of that, there are like restaurants and stores and
So much food.
it's so much food, so many restaurants, so many everything everywhere in Bloomington. And on top of that, when it's time for you to leave after this is all over, you don't have to like run to check out, because like the airport is like, no joke, like 5 minutes from Bloomington. So it's just like, boom, I'm out.
Yeah.
Karen says Mall of America is not all that anymore.
I don't know what you consider all that, but
Well,
it's still the same size. I don't know.
If you haven't been there since last year or whatever, I can see where you would say that, because there was a lot of people that between the pandemic and between the George Floyd incident and between all those other things, there was a lot of people that were not really going out in droves and just kind of doing a lot of things, just because there was just a lot of, I think just people just got a lot more comfortable, just kind of being more social and just kind of going out. And because there was a lot of incidents that happened at Mall of America too, during that year period of time. Not only that but we just went this weekend and it was packed, and there was so many people there. So, and Connie says clothing is tax free.
Oh wow!
So yes, and they have roller. Yeah, that's the other thing about Mall of America. They have roller coasters inside of Mall of America. There is a amusement park, but unfortunately, the event is 18 and up. So unless you're a kid, there's like really not a whole bunch of reasons to go for that. But
serious roller coaster.
Yes. So there's that. Anyways, all that to say, Bloomington's pretty freaking awesome. It's a great place. It's a great mini location, and typically, there is that hotel that is in Minneapolis. I mean, that's in Bloomington, is normally the host hotel, and the reason why they normally make that the host hotel is because it's so close to the airport, and it's a centralized location between Minneapolis and there.
It makes sense. I want to talk about the mall too.
I don't want to talk about the mall anymore.
I had my first Juicy Lucy.
Oh yeah, that's right. We finally, Jeff Page had his first Juicy Lucy. For those who don't know what a Juicy Lucy is,
yeah.
All right. I feel like I gotta pull up my sound effects now.
Wait when you're done.
Wait, I had my first Juicy Lucy.
Yeah, Juicy Lucy, for those who don't know, it's a hamburger, but they put cheese on the inside of the burger. So it's like they make the burger, but there's cheese inside. So when you cut open the burger, the cheese just goes. That's the sound effect you went with? Oh my God. All right.
We went to, it was
basically you cut open the burger and it's.
I took a bite of that and I was like, oh, that was so good. Something ranch. What was it?
All right.
Ranch. Anyways, okay. Let's move on.
All right. We've gone through our sound effects for the night. All right. So when they first announced the quote unquote partner hotels, there was a little bit of a difference in the hotels that they had up there when they first announced it and now, which is a little bit different. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about the hotels really quick. If you go to paisleypark.com and you click on Celebration 2024, which is this little link up here. Can you see my mouse cursor? I think you can, right? If you click on Celebration 2024, it will take you to the 2024 partner hotels. These are the hotels that are listed. The Hilton Minneapolis / Bloomington, and that is the first one. The Lofton Hotel / Tapestry Collection by Hilton. The Hampton Inn and Suites Minneapolis downtown. The W Minneapolis, also called the Fauché, which is what it says on the side of the building, and the Chambers. Now, the very first one, the Hilton Minneapolis Bloomington, is actually in Bloomington. Even though it says Minneapolis, it's actually in Bloomington. All the other ones, the Lofton Hotel, the Hampton Inn, the W Minneapolis, and the Chambers are all in Minneapolis. So I'm going to show you this map one more time. This area right down here at the bottom of this map is Hilton. It's right next to that purple triangle, which is the airport. So it literally is like a 5-minute drive from the airport to the Hilton. And again, you're in a centralized location to get to Minneapolis and to Chanhassen. All of the other hotels are up there on that upper right of this map, which is where First Avenue and State Theater are. And yes, there are a lot of events. There are a lot of events that happen up in that area during the celebration, but there's also a lot of events that happen at Paisley Park. All of the other hotels that I mentioned, besides that Bloomington one, are up in that Minneapolis area. So if you choose any other hotel in that Minneapolis area, you will be looking at about a half-hour ride from there to Chanhassen and back and forth. Now,
and just remember that's 5 days. So you're dealing with traffic depending on what type of day. So just keep that in mind.
That's 5 days of doing that. And also know that 4 of those 5 hotels, I didn't write this down, but 4 of those 5 hotels in Minneapolis do not have free parking. So if you rent a car, you are also going to have to pay for parking every single day, which typically runs about 20 to, how much did you pay at the Moxie when you were there this past weekend? Was it $20?
Actually, it was $13. $13.
It's still 13 times 5.
13 times 5.
Yeah. Now, were you able to go in and out? But that was the Moxie, so that's not on the list.
So
were you able to go in and out of the hotel on that?
Yeah. So at the Moxie, this particular one, Uptown Moxie, they don't have their own parking, so you had to use a parking deck that was down the street. So you have to kind of walk a little bit. It's not far, but you got to consider that wherever you're staying, you always got to think, what's parking like? But it was one day, so,
right. So there's that. All right. So let me just share what the current pricing is for each one of them. All right. At the Hilton, Minneapolis, Bloomington, the one that you guys see down there at the bottom, it is right now currently $179 a night. Now, previously, the first partner hotel that they had listed was $240 a night, which I was just like, what? But right now, currently, the Hilton Minneapolis Bloomington was $179 a night. That was a host hotel last year also. And last year it was $149 a night.
Yeah.
It was $30 a night less than it is this year for it. So let's just say you do want to stay at the host hotel. The host hotel is really, really cool because normally the special guest that they normally bring in town for these events, they normally will put up at the host hotel. Mm-hmm. And so that's really, really cool that they allow them to do that. Obviously it's probably in the rider or whatever, but the cool thing about it is that if you stay at the host hotel, you have a really, really high probability at running into not only the friends and family and everybody that clicked through the link that didn't save money like you did, but on the same note, you also get to see all those special guests, all those performers, because they're normally hanging out there. They're normally hanging out there right in the lobby or eating breakfast. Don't disturb them when they're eating breakfast, but you know what I'm saying?
I'll leave them alone.
They're there. So it's really, really cool. People will just,
stop and try to eat the egg. I don't know why.
Just trying to eat my Benedictine penis.
My Benedicts.
If you decide that you want to, you do want to stay in Minneapolis, cool, do it. That's perfectly fine. Like if you're saying, I want to experience I want to be in Minneapolis. All right, cool. That's fine. You're going to do some driving, but that's fine. It's on you. You got unlimited miles on that rental car. Do what you want to do. You do you, boo.
You do you, boo.
You do you, boo. If you click on one of those links, it's going to tell you if you're VIP, you're going to want to fly in on the 19th.
Yes.
So you'll want to fly in on the 19th because you have things that are happening in the morning of June 20th. If you're general admission, you can actually fly in and check-in on June 20th, because you're not going to be doing anything until the evening of June 20th, which is the launch party.
The launch
So,
party.
the launch party. So let's talk through this stuff, shall we? Let's talk through the days. Was everybody clear on the hotel stuff? I mean, I think I think we talked about some of the other places. The list was a Lofton Hotel was $189 to $210 a night. The Hampton Inn, these are all the ones that they have on their partner site. The 189, I'm sorry, the Hampton Inn and Suites in Minneapolis downtown. It looks like it's sold out, but it originally popped up that $240 a night deal.
Yeah, probably call them.
Yeah, but they had a phone number there that you could dial. The W Minneapolis is a really, really nice hotel. But it's $195 a night, and it's like not too far away from First Avenue. The Chambers, which is the last one on there, was $189 a night. So pretty much everything that they have listed on there, the lowest price of any of them is $179 a night at the Hilton Bloomington. So, but here's what I'll tell you: there's a lot of amazing hotels in Bloomington. I stayed at the Park Plaza in Bloomington, and it was fantastic. It was a really nice hotel. They got tons of really nice hotels in Bloomington. Just try to stay closer to the highway, which is 35 West. Just try to stay closer to the highway, because you'll want to be able to hop on and off to go to either Chanhassen or Minneapolis. So that's the hotels. Let's move on from the hotels. All right. We already talked about the car rental versus Uber. We already talked about that. So, all right. Did you book your hotel already?
I did. Okay.
All right, cool.
I did.
All right. So let's talk about the days, shall we? The dates of the celebration, June 20th through the 24th. Normally it was that first week of June to celebrate his birthday, but they changed it towards the end of June to coincide with the 40th anniversary of Purple Rain. Connie says, don't stay at the La Quinta in Bloomington, though. Yes, pay attention to those. Pay attention to those ones that are just okay or fair. There are some janky hotels that are there. Yeah. I stayed in one that was across the street from that hotel. One was called the American, AMERCINN, and it was like $80 a night. And I was like, I don't know what I'm getting into, which is really not that big of a deal because I wasn't there. Everything was clean. But that was last time I saw Wally Safford, because both Wally Safford and myself were staying there. And most of the time we didn't even stay in our room. I mean, Wally and I would sit down in the lobby and just talk.
Right,
we'd just cut up and laugh.
The fact is, not all hotels are created equal, but and per state, it's in one place you may say, hey, La Quinta is always a good place. It's always good, but not everywhere. So this is family right here, right? This broadcast and all these people in the chat, these are family. So talk to each other, find out which hotel is the one not to stay at, because believe me, they're everywhere.
Yep. So just pay attention.
Yeah, pay attention.
Pay attention to those reviews. That's important. Pay attention to those reviews.
They do not lie.
All right, day by day. Let's look at that Thursday, shall we? Let's start there. For Thursday, this is the first day of the celebration. Again, if you're VIP, you're going to want to fly in on the 19th because your day starts early on Thursday, the 20th, which means, and I think almost every year they did it at 10 o'clock Central Standard Time.
That's right.
So it was not like 9 o'clock. That wasn't anything crazy like 9 o'clock in the morning. But however, I do think the gospel brunch was
shuttle buses.
Yes. So here's the other thing too. That's the other thing I didn't mention. If you stay at any of these hotels that they are partners with, they typically will have shuttle buses that will be taking you from the hotel to those locations. It doesn't really make a whole bunch of sense if you're staying in Minneapolis, because every single one of those hotels, I think the furthest hotel from First Avenue and State Capitol was like 2 blocks.
Yeah, they're not doing that.
The shuttle buses typically do not go to the downtown Minneapolis locations.
Right.
They will take you to Paisley Park, but they're not going to take you a few blocks away from where you are. In the past, when anything ever happened in downtown Minneapolis, you just simply just had to get in your car and drive. You just simply just drove there. All right, but let's talk about Thursday, the 20th. The VIP folks, you guys have an exclusive listening session with unreleased vault material at Paisley Park. You're going to have lunch catered by People's Organic at Paisley Park. You're going to have an exclusive concert footage and tour at Paisley Park. And then, of course, at nighttime, which is normally about 8 o'clock. Last year, the launch party was 8 to 12. It's going to be the Celebration 2024 kickoff DJ dance party. Last year, it was DJ Linka Paris. I think the year before that, it was Linka Paris too.
I love her so much. She's so awesome.
Yeah, she is awesome. And if you're general admission, it's just going to be the Celebration kickoff DJ dance party. So if you're general admission, you don't have to fly in the 19th. You can fly in the day of the 20th and get to your hotel and check in and freshen up and get ready and do whatever you want to do. Maybe go eat dinner somewhere, chill, whatever, and then go to the launch party, which again, last year was 8 to 12. They have not, Sherry Lynn asked, where was the kickoff party last year? Well, for 2 years in a row, it was at the W in Minneapolis. And I assume it's going to be there again because it really is a good setup for what they're trying to do as far as kind of create some separation between the GA and VIP. But at the launch party, it's not really necessary. Last year, they had a exclusive interview that was added to the VIP area, which was the guitar maker, and I can't remember his name right now. I'm sure one of you fine folks will remember for me, but he made a bunch of guitars for Prince, and they did an exclusive interview with him at the upstairs area of the W. You had to be VIP to get in there, but most of the time the VIP people wanted to go downstairs because that's where DJ Linka Paris was, and that's where the dance party was.
That's right.
So that's kind of there's that. And as you'll notice on all these slides, as I'm putting up the map, I have arrows going from the days down to where it's going to be at. And as you notice, everything is going to be down at Paisley Park. Now, here's the reason why I'm thinking two things. Either A, the dance party is going to be at the W in downtown Minneapolis, or they're going to keep everything at Paisley Park. But here's where I'm thinking it may be at the W in downtown Minneapolis, because of the VIP people are going to be at Paisley Park all day. They are not just going to want to just stay there and be cooped up there until the dance party, because they want time to go back to the hotel to freshen up, maybe take an hour nap or whatever before they go to the dance party. So my guess is that the dance party is not at Paisley Park, even though all the other sessions for VIP is there, just because it's not very fair to the VIP people to have to go through the entire day like that.
Right.
So, but anyways, I think the dance party is going to be at the W, but for right now, the air show there, because that's, Paisley Park. Anyways, so that's Thursday. So again, if you're GA, maybe just fly in on the 20th and just enjoy yourself. Just you do you, boo. I love that. It's my favorite.
Do you, boo?
You do you, boo.
Shut up already. Damn.
All right. Friday, Lisa said, didn't they have the dance party at W last year? Yes, they did. That's exactly what you said. On Friday, the VIP and GA folks are going to be doing the exact same thing, and every single bit of it is going to be happening in downtown Minneapolis. My guess is that you will have to go. You're going to have to get there yourself.
Right.
Now, here's what I can tell you. There's parking everywhere in Minneapolis. It was just there at Uptown Theater. It was basically $20, and you can park for 24 hours. So if you get there at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you're good till 4 o'clock in the morning. So it was not that you want to be hanging out in downtown Minneapolis at 4 o'clock in the morning, but if you're with a bunch of people, if you're, you can do whatever. But on Friday, the 21st, that's a big friggin' day. You got concert footage at the State Theater. They have not said what concert it is, but there's going to be concert footage that's going to be appearing at the State Theater. Also at the State Theater, apparently we're not leaving, is going to be playing Purple Rain, the movie, in HD at the State Theater, still at the State Theater. Then there's going to be a panel session at the State Theater. My guess is that it will be something very, very similar to what they're doing in LA in May, where who is going to be there? Jerome's going to be there. Jill Jones is going to be there. I can't remember who else. But anyways, they're doing something very, very similar where they're doing a showcasing of the Purple Rain movie, and then there's going to be guests there. The panel session will probably be something Purple Rain related. Could be Jerome. My guess is there'll be somebody with do with Purple Rain, or maybe it doesn't have anything to do with Purple Rain at all.
You never know.
You never know. And then also in downtown Minneapolis, the Revolution at First Avenue. Again, both VIP and GA. Here's what I heard. And when I posted, First Avenue made the announcement about the Revolution playing on Friday the 21st and Saturday the 22nd. And I was kind of curious as to why they posted. I was really, really curious as to why they posted both of those. But it was what it was. I can only think that
it's a timing thing.
I was confused because why were they making it available? Because I thought it was supposed to be a celebration only thing. Come to find out that Brown Mark then chimed in on my post, and he said that the Revolution had already booked Friday and Saturday at First Avenue, and then Paisley Park / the estate came to them and said, can we get Friday from you? Keep it at First Avenue, but we want Friday to be just for the celebration, folks. And the Revolution agreed. So
I think that's brilliant, though. I think that's lovely.
I think there's two shows on Friday the 21st. One that may be for GA, one that might be for VIP. So there's probably going to be some shuffling around and whatnot of the shows. So we want to make sure that we'll see when the schedule happens. So basically, the shows that are happening by the Revolution on First Avenue, according to Brown Mark, that he exclusively said to Funkatopia on our post on Facebook, said that it is just for celebration, folks, and they had originally had Friday and Saturday booked already, and that Paisley Park came and locked that down just for them. But according to what I'm just seeing in the chat room, that's not a surprise at all, is that it's sold out on the
right. There's no surprise there.
22nd. Yeah, not a surprise there.
Yeah.
And then of course, after they perform, it's going to be a DJ dance party at First Avenue. So,
man, I'm just so excited about that.
It's going to be, it's and Lisa said Saturday tickets were open to the public starting at $99.
Interesting.
Amy says, do we know if Sheila will be there? I don't think she will. I don't think she will. Just because, well, she wasn't in Purple Rain, so.
Right. So, probably not, but I mean, it would be awesome if she showed up though, but I don't know.
All about it.
Right.
All about it. Yes. Henry also says, whoops, that's not what I meant to click on. Jerome was having a panel discussion here in LA, Purple Rain film screening and panel Sunday, May 26th. So next month, if you're just like all about seeing Purple Rain, the movie, and having that set, if that's what you're about, then, and you happen to be in the LA area, then that's where you need to go for sure. And that's the other thing too. We're going to be talking a little bit about, some of the external events that are going to be happening as well, because while we're only discussing the schedule here for June 20th through 24th, there are a bunch of events, a bunch of events that happen in Minneapolis. Now, a lot of people, because of the fact that they've always historically done this that first week of June, historically people will come in and will just be sporadically just sporadically doing shows all over the place. Like Alfonso Starr will come and do one of his dance parties.
Yeah.
And Eric Rogers may come in and he may do, one of his events. And all these various bands will be playing at like Bunkers, and all these bands just pop up in a variety of different places. And some bands, because of the fact, and some entertainers go ahead and book those dates in Minneapolis like months in advance, because they know that it's happening in that window.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, Paisley Park kind of pulled the rug out from underneath them and basically said, it's not happening this week. It's happening next week. It's happening like 3 weeks away.
Yeah.
So that being said, here's what I can tell you. And I'm pausing here for a second because I'm pausing here for a second in the middle of the schedule to tell you about a couple things too, because there's a lot of things that are going on outside of the celebration. And the reason being is that I have a website that I put together years ago.
I'm glad you said that. I was just about to bring it up. I was just about to say, hey, there's somewhere you can go.
So yes, I have a website that I started years ago called princecelebration.com. Now, princecelebration.com not only talks about the events that are happening at the celebration, but it also covers all the places that you probably should see when you're in Minneapolis. Like if you let me see if I can just share the screen. I'll just share the screen because I want this, because there's a lot of people that come in that can't afford to go to the celebration, but they want to be in the middle of all the vibe and they want to experience all the superfluous stuff that's going on, all the external stuff that's going on. So let me share this screen with you really, really quick.
And I'm gonna give you say it again. Say the website again.
It's princecelebration.com. Yeah. So.
All right.
So this is princecelebration.com. If you go to princecelebration.com, the first thing it does, one thing it started doing is it started opening up. If you click on each one of these little individual Prince icons here, it will pop up a little window kind of saying what they are, but something happened and it just kind of created a bunch of little pop-ups. So just close them and you'll see the map of Minneapolis. And these are all the different things that are there. So you can actually scroll around and say, oh, what's this over here? And what's this over here? And this will actually give you a little bit of an idea of everything that is in there, like everything from the Minneapolis Airport print store to the Purple Rain House to the Mall of America to the church that Prince and Mayte were married in, all of those things. So this is actually part of that. But if you click on this events tab, obviously it's not, I haven't really prettied this up, but if you click
current at the moment.
No, it is current.
Oh yeah. Oh, there it is.
Because the one and only and amazing and incredible Bonnie for sure.
Yes.
What?
Can I do it? Wait, Nick Garcia. I'm sorry, Bonnie. Get one. You get it.
So every year, Bonnie for sure would do tons of work to create the spreadsheet for every single event that was going on in Minneapolis during that period of time. And what's really, really cool is that I talked to her and I said, can you please, work with me to kind of, move this forward a little bit and just, maybe I'll give you access to this and you can just do everything that's in here. And she was like, yeah, I love that. So what's really, really cool is that it shows all, like, for instance, here we are in April. If you click on any of these things, it shows you exactly what it is, what the details is, the time of it, the organizer, where you can get tickets, it shows you everything about it.
Shows you something went wrong.
Right. Well, that's because it's a Google Maps thing. It's probably the tag, but there's probably going to be more of that. Night to Remember, which is the event that they had at Paisley Park. So what's really, really cool is that all these different things, I will fix that map thing. all these different things are in here. And if you click through to June, click on May, go to June, you will see that there's a lot of different things that are going on in June, including the Twins Prince night at the there. Everything is there. So it's really, really cool. It's every single event that's happening. Dr. Mambo's Combo is going to be playing on the 19th. So yeah. So here's the other thing too. If you do fly in on the 19th, you VIP folks,
go see that.
and then what you have to do is you need to go see Dr. Mambo's Combo when you get in, because they are going to be playing 6:30 to 12.
Yeah.
And let's see what happens when you learn more. Oh, it actually takes you to the event page so you can get tickets and everything. So everything's in there.
Yeah. And Bonnie, thank you for all that you do. Like, thank you, because you are masterful at keeping up with that. Thank you.
Yes. And it's also got everything that's in here. So everything that and as the events keep coming for June, she will add them in here. And she has been really incredibly thorough.
Love it.
About adding all these different things in here. So I can tell you that
yeah, any chance you get, show her some love. Show Bonnie for sure some love for sure. For sure.
What?
Nothing. Show her some love. She deserves it. She deserves it.
Yeah. I was going to say, there was something else I was going to say too. But anyways, if you happen to be going to the celebration or not going to the celebration, just want to be in town and just want to see all the cool things that are going on in and around, head to princecelebration.com and you'll see all those super cool things that are happening there. And again, thank you so much for that. All right, let's go. What we have up here now, we have the Friday night was where we left off on the schedule, and that is the concert footage, the Purple Rain movie, the panel session, Revolution, and the DJ dance party happening at either the State Theater or First Avenue. Again, both of which are within 2 blocks of each other, actually about 3 blocks away from each other in Minneapolis. So now let's go to Saturday. Saturday, again, both VIP and general admission are sharing they're doing the same exact thing. Probably a little bit different on the schedule side of things, a little bit, it's a little bit different. But there is an all-day block party that's happening at the Prince mural in downtown Minneapolis. For those that went to the celebration 2 years ago when they did the unveiling of the big Prince mural that was right across from First Avenue at the parking deck, that is, I believe, going to be the same exact place that they are planning to block off again for a block party. Now, I do not see any possible way that this will, maybe it was 3 years ago. Rodney, was that 2 or 3 years ago? Rodney's in the audience. But anyways, I don't know how they're going to keep this from the general public. I think everybody's going to be invited. And I want to say that somebody had made mention to the fact that they really, because of the fact it was the 40th anniversary of Purple Rain, that they just they want more people to be able to be involved that aren't going to do the celebration, like maybe the people that you see wearing the Purple Rain shirts all the time. It's just, so that's kind of what they're doing now. Then also you have concert footage that's happening at the State Theater, and you also have another panel session that's happening at the State Theater. Again, we don't know what that is. Could be somebody that's involved with the concert, could be another Prince fam thing. It could be a variety of different stuff. Then what's interesting is they are actually doing a Broadway musical presentation at the State Theater. Again, all these things are happening at the State Theater, which is really kind of interesting because this is that Broadway production that everybody was like, what? And I don't think it's going to be the whole thing. I think it's just going to be a taste of it. So it's not going to be the full Broadway play, from what I understand. It's going to be a nice big chunk of it, though, so that you'll get a good feeling as to what it's going to be like, from what I understand. Now, here's what's interesting on this is that right below it says Morris Day, NPG, and Prince Celebration special guest concerts. Again, that's all going to be in Minneapolis, but now Morris Day and NPG are playing, and these special guests are all playing at the same event. So we'll have to try to figure that out because I do not have any details on. We had already had some speculation because of the fact they did not say Morris Day on the time. It had always said Morris Day and special guest. It never said and the time. So now it's Morris Day, special guest, and NPG, and it's going to be just one big concert. So there's that, which is very, very interesting as well. All right, let's move to Sunday. Sunday, we got some different stuff going on here. On Sunday, you GA folks, like myself, Jeff, you're GA too, right?
Sure, why not?
Either you are or you aren't.
I mean, you either are or are. I mean, in their world, yes, but in my own world, I'm VIP all the way.
Okay. Right. So, so we will have the day off on Sunday. So we will have the day off on Sunday to do whatever you want to do. So whatever you want to go hang out somewhere, you want to go to Cheapo Records, you want to go
eat.
Go eat somewhere, you want to walk around Mall of America, whatever you want to do, it's perfectly fine because you don't have anything to do until the outdoor live music activities and food trucks at Paisley Park happens, which is going to happen later in the day on Sunday. But for your VIP folks, you're going to have a Sunday gospel brunch catered by People's Organic at Paisley Park, and you're going to have an more exclusive concert footage and tour at Paisley Park for the VIP Gold guest. And so there's going to be that too. So you have multiple events going, which means that your day probably is going to start about 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning on Sunday and will end, later on that night, probably 8, 9 p.m. or whatever. And for GA folks, you're going to be able to do whatever you want to do. And then you're going to be coming in, whenever this extra stuff starts.
Right.
And then the last day here is Monday. And Monday, you guys, this is that big purple circle that's been ever present on this map that finally gets an arrow. And that is you VIP folks will have a cruise on Lake Minnetonka. Your boat schedule will be included in your credentials packet when you go to pick it up on the 19th or when you first show up, wherever it is. And then, so you guys will be at Lake Minnetonka. Meanwhile, general admission folks, you guys will be over at at Paisley Park getting our GA version of the tour. And then, of course, we'll just stay there because then there'll be outdoor live music activities and food trucks at Paisley Park. And then after they're done with their Lake Minnetonka tour, they will also come to Paisley Park and they will enjoy the outdoor live music activities and food trucks at Paisley Park. Now, I don't know what is going to be happening with this outdoor live music activities and food trucks at Paisley Park. I don't know what that will include.
Cornhole.
It included cornhole one time.
It was cornhole. So
it was cornholes, and I remember having a massive migraine and having my head down for like 2 hours.
I lost one of my favorite earrings and my guitar pick. I was so sad.
Yeah.
Just
so
one.
I don't know, this outdoor live music activities and food trucks at Paisley Park, I don't know exactly what that is. Some people may think that's important. Some people may not. A lot of people, depending on if they have to work or whatever, may actually, like for GA may just flat out do the Paisley Park tour in the morning, which is probably like 10 or whatever, and they'll probably do it. And then some people will probably leave at the end part of the day. So that's very, very typical. That would not be surprised to see that because you don't know, if we don't know exactly what the outdoor live music and activities are, most people normally jet. They normally have it ending on Sunday. This is very unusual that they have extended it through Monday.
That's cool. I think that's very cool. I think that
great.
Them reaching out to whoever else is doing things and they're kind of following what we kept saying is stop separating and everyone fighting each other. This is one big event. This is a major thing. Come together. And this is what it looks like is happening. And I think that's just phenomenal. I'm just glad it's happening.
Val asked a very important question. Is anything happening on the Paisley Park soundstage? That's a good question because assuming that if the live music is there, it might happen outside. We saw DJ stuff happen outside, but I've not seen a live band play outside. My guess is that live music will happen inside of Paisley Park.
Yeah.
which could be anybody from, special guests like Nerdy or, any of those people. Or it could be anything. So I don't really know. As of right now, there is nothing that's been announced as far as, hey, yeah, this is happening.
Right.
All that being said, we're going to look at this map one more time, this hideous map. We're going to look at it because I actually broke things down for you. Okay. So in Minneapolis, VIP and general admission, you're going to have 10 events in Minneapolis over the period of 2 days that are going to happen in Minneapolis. Over this 5-day period, 2 of those days you will be in downtown Minneapolis over the 2 days. And then for 3 of those 5 days, VIP, you're going to have 8 sessions going on at Paisley Park, and general admission, you're going to have 6 going on. Plus, on top of that, VIP, you've got 1 session happening up there in Lake Minnetonka in that purple circle. So this is one of the reasons why I wanted to make sure that I make you saw how it was split up between Minneapolis and also with the general admission. I'm sorry, with Chanhassen, was because it's important for you to see, if you choose to have a hotel up there in Minneapolis, there are 8 sessions,
Right.
8 things that are going to be happening at Paisley Park, or 6 things if you're GA, that are going to be happening in Paisley Park. So that's a bunch of times you're going to have to drive back and forth. Now, obviously that's 3 days, but that's 3 times that you got to make that drive back and forth. Now, they probably will have shuttle buses that will take you from there to. So again, if you want to do Minneapolis, that's perfectly fine. I'm telling you that Bloomington is a great place to stay. It's imperative that you understand that Bloomington is a really, really good spot.
It's a good centralized location. Just keep that in your head. That is a prime spot.
Yeah.
So
That's
for those of you who get it.
Those of you who don't,
Yeah. Brain.
So there's a lot. There's a lot that you have to kind of take in. And again, so that's kind of like collectively what we kind of wanted to speak about, what they have got going on. And it's important because there was one more screen that I wanted to show you for those who want to drive, for those who do plan to drive. Some people, while they do have shuttle buses that will take you from the partner hotels over to Chanhassen. Again, I don't think I don't remember them doing shuttle buses to Minneapolis. I honestly do not remember.
I don't remember them doing that. I don't think they did. I don't think so.
I don't remember the shuttle. Anything that happened in downtown Minneapolis, you just had to get.
You just had to get there.
Had to get there yourself.
Mhm.
So I don't. I don't know.
And you wouldn't want a shuttle. But I mean, think about it. This is the block party, and I mean, this is so much going on. You don't want to. They wouldn't want to do a shuttle bus anyways.
There's a lot. If you do rent a car, a lot of people, they don't want to take the shuttle bus because they don't want to be on the schedule of the shuttle bus. So if you happen to be in Minneapolis and you get on the shuttle bus to go to Chanhassen, but you don't want to sit there for 20 minutes while people start filing onto the bus and you're sitting there waiting. You cannot park at Paisley Park. All right. So that is something that I want to make sure that you guys were aware of. So if you do rent a car, you cannot park at Paisley Park. So I got a satellite view of Paisley Park to show you exactly what people do. All right. This white building down here where the red dot is, that's actually a building outside of Paisley Park, but the white squares there are Paisley Park. Yes, it is that close to the road. That parking deck in front there is the actual parking area of Paisley Park. Just north of that, you will see a big Arboretum Road, which is now called Prince Rogers Nelson Memorial Highway. It's also called Arboretum Road. But right across the street, you will see in the upper right-hand corner of this map, you'll see a parking lot that I'm trying to think of the shape that it is. It's like a man lying down. Can you see my mouse cursor at all? You can't see my mouse cursor. Okay.
Well, I see mine. No, I'm just kidding.
In the upper right-hand corner of this, in the upper right-hand corner of the map, there is a parking area. That is Lake Ann Park. A lot of people park at Lake Ann Park in this parking deck, not parking deck, in this parking area right here, because off of the map is an actual park, and people go and park there all the time. And then they'll walk down this little golf path. If we go back down to Paisley Park, you will see right in between Paisley Park and Arboretum Road there's a little golf path right here in the middle. And as you can see, it kind of goes down to the right, and then it goes under Arboretum Road, and it comes out the other side. Then it goes under again, underneath that one road that's up there. And that kind of takes you over to that park. It's about a 10-minute walk or so if you're walking. Right. But this is also where the quote unquote graffiti bridge located, which is Riley Park. I'm sorry, Riley Creek. And there are 3 different tunnels. There is the 2 tunnels were underneath Arboretum Road, which are the ones that everybody kind of does a bunch of graffiti on and whatnot. And then if you look at the live video that I did, I actually walked this path from the beginning of the cart path right at the top, and I walked it all the way over to Paisley Park.
I did too. It's not a bad walk.
Yeah, so I recorded the whole thing, so you can actually walk it with me if you want to in that video, and you will actually see. Now, here's what I'll tell you about parking over at Lake Ann Park. There's never been an issue with parking over at Lake Ann Park. The city's never really actually had a problem with it. There are no signs that say only Lake Ann Park people can park here. There's nothing that says that. People park their cars over at Lake Ann Park, and then they walk all the way over to Paisley Park. And then once Paisley Park events are over, they walk that golf cart path all the way back over to the park, and they get in the car and they leave. They don't have to be victim to the shuttle bus or anything. Here's what I'll tell you. I have never, ever felt comfortable leaving my car parked at Lake Ann Park. Matter of fact, I parked in the very, very first parking spot this past weekend when we went out there for Paisley Park event, a night to remember event that happened there. And I was in the very, very first parking spot, the one that was like closest to the road and everything. But I was very, very nervous because as I got out of the door, I saw a bunch of broken glass, car glass that was on the ground. And I'm like, see, if it's in the middle of the day, if the event is happening during the day, I think it's fine. But when it gets to nighttime, and I know multiple people have always parked over here and they never have an issue.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where it's like, it's a rental car. Don't want to take the chance or whatever else.
Get the insurance.
The crime rate is so low in Chanhassen. But apparently there's still stuff that's happening there.
Yeah.
I've also heard that people also will park at there's like a mile down the road, not even a mile down the road. There's like a shopping center down there. You can park down there and just people will Uber from Paisley Park over to the shopping center. Yeah, it is.
All that being said, just don't decline. Just don't decline the insurance on your rental car. Just don't decline. I'll say it again. Don't decline the insurance on your rental car. So, because things happen. And when you put yourself in those kind of places, it is a public park.
Yeah.
So be aware. That's it.
But I mean, it's a very, very safe park. I mean, it's a very very safe city. As somebody says, it's the 16th safest city in the world or something, or the country is what they said. So that's kind of crazy number. That's just somebody in the chat room said that. I don't know if that's true or not.
Really?
That seems pretty high up there.
It does. But somebody's got to be 16th. So
yes. So anyways, yeah, I will cut that part out and put it with the celebration stuff when I repurpose this video, because it really seemed out of place, but that's okay. But I wanted to make sure that nobody had any other questions about the celebration that has not been. Yes, Olga also says when you walk back at night, it is pitch dark. There are no lights down that way.
Right.
However, lots of people do that. So literally, like, you won't be the only person parking over there, just to be clear. There will be like probably a couple dozen other people that will also park over there and do the same exact thing you're doing. So normally if you leave the event and you see like a group of people walking it, then you can walk back with them and it's fine. It's just, the shuttle has always proven to be pretty a safe bet.
Yeah, it has.
I'm okay hanging out because you get to hang out with people in the shuttle and the bus, and you talk to people and you just hang out, and Just sit on your phone and
Yeah.
so Sherry's asking how late do the shuttles run? They will run until like an hour after, like about an hour after each event ends. So if the event ends at 10, then they'll do shuttle buses leaving the event until everybody's cleared out. But they
Yeah.
also make an announcement too. They'll say the shuttle bus is leaving, but it's
Yeah.
only going to go to the partner hotels, and it will not go to any of those places that are in Minneapolis. If it's like the previous years, it's not going to take you to the State Theater or First Avenue. You're going to have to get there yourself.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, I think there was an issue with the Saturday night thing with the shuttles and how late things were going and people getting on shuttles or something. But I don't really remember. But I think there was like something. So just be aware if you're on a shuttle that you're on a shuttle. So pay attention. Okay,
Christina Austin, shuttles only for hotel guests. So here's the thing. If you're staying in an alternate hotel that is not on the list, you have to get in a car or get to one of those hotels
right.
to catch that shuttle bus, or just take yourself all the way over to wherever the event is.
Right.
Or you have to get in a car and go to one of the hotel locations where the shuttle buses are, and you just park, and then you just get on the shuttle bus, and they don't care. But you have to always be wearing your lanyard for the celebration, because you will not be able to get on the bus if you're not wearing a lanyard. So
Yeah, the shuttles are not checking what hotel you're staying at.
Diana's asking, so we're answering real questions here, which is fine. This what this is for, is to be a completist section to answer as many questions as I can. What were the perks again staying at the host hotels versus non-host hotels? There isn't any perks other than the shuttle buses. And again, the shuttle buses are only going to apply to the events that are going to happen at Paisley Park. They will not take you up to, they may have something for the VIP people to take them to Lake Minnetonka. That may be something, but they will be going from the host hotels only, and that's it. Now, the other part with the host hotels, Bloomington is probably going to be the main host hotels. They're all called partner hotels, but if previous years are any indicator, the host hotel will be the Hilton Bloomington. I will tell you that you look at all the hotels that are in Minneapolis, you will see 240 or 230 or something like that. There's like a bunch of different. So they're like really high in Minneapolis, specifically during that period of time, because they know. Same thing with Bloomington hotels, because the Park Plaza one that I stayed at this past weekend was like $90 for the night or whatever, which was a king suite. And now that same one was like 159 or something like that. So yeah, it's Victoria says, do all events end at 6 p.m. on Monday? I have no idea. And I did not take Uber anytime I've ever been there, but Mickey says, remember the Uber issues until July 1st.
That's right. There is some shutdown or something. There's an Uber shutdown.
So you're probably going to have to download Lyft. That's probably what you're going to have to do.
I thought it was both. I thought it was Uber, and I thought it was all the ride services.
Oh, I don't even. So that's even another reason to do the whole.
I might be wrong though, so conjecture. That is both.
Ultimate thing.
Cool.
Rodney says lanyards and merch most likely will be at Bloomington. Yeah. Oh, and Suzanne said not until July 1st. So, at July 1st. I don't know. So,
okay.
I would just check. Uber and Lyft are good until July. What Cassandra was saying. So.
Well, never mind then. Then why bring it up? I'm just playing. It doesn't matter.
Awesome. And let's see. Yeah, there's lots. I mean, it's going to be a great night. I cannot wait for you guys to go. Oh, somebody actually just sent me Samantha just sent me her link for the Live4Love bowling event. So we're gonna get something in the mail for them for sure.
Sweet.
Got it.
Got it.
All right.
Yeah. And if you can, everybody, pool up, man. Carpool, get together, ride with each other, do all the stuff that you're supposed to do as family. Enjoy this event with each other. So, You know, save on driving, save on gas, share expenses as much as you can. That's all.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's
You got
big deal.
the hotel, you got the flight, you got the hotels, you got the rental car, and you got whatever other miscellaneous stuff. So there's a lot of money coming out. It's a lot. It's a big investment. So you know, use each other as much as possible until you use me up.
And it's a pretty big deal because it is you know, it's a lot of money, and that's something else that you got to understand. It's a lot of money.
Mhm.
It absolutely is a lot of money. It's just
Yeah,
it's
I have to do some night work on a street corner just to cover this. So
I think you'll be okay.
up on East Ponce here in Atlanta.
Yeah, I think you'll be all right. I think you'll be all right. Actually, let's pause just for 1 second because I want to bring a special guest in real quick because there is an event that is happening on June 6th that we haven't talked about. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please give a warm round of applause for the one and only Mayte?
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. I
Go
didn't
here.
do the mics or anything.
Oh man, listen. What's up, girl? How are you?
Oh, I'm good. Practicing the bowling.
Oh,
You
getting
know.
ready.
I
I'm practicing
know.
the bowling.
I was hesitating to because I was like, as I was talking about the external events that were going on, I'm like watching the chat room going, and Mayte's got a bowling thing happening on the 6th. And Mayte, I don't want to talk about it because I know she's coming on.
Yes.
So,
Hi, everybody.
so I'm just kind of keeping quiet. But yes, I do actually have actually I should have it here. Don't I have it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do. Yes, I do. Let's pull it up right here.
The flyer.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
I actually have to hide this thing here because it's kind of in the way.
Thank you.
All right. So for those that don't know,
Hmm.
as I mentioned, there's always some cool things that are going on in and around. But what's really, really awesome is that on Thursday, June 6th, you're having a bowling party. Woo! Yes,
Yes.
which is in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. And Mr. Christopher, Jeff Page, we will be there. Funkatopia will be there on June
Yes.
6th at the bowling party. And also this lovely lady as well. She will also be there.
Yes.
I'm getting ready.
Getting ready. Warming up.
I'm so excited. It's going to be friggin' very, very cool.
Yes. Did you guys see that Shelby's going to be there too?
Yeah, this is the most updated one I got, but it's awesome to know that Shelby's going to be there too. I did
Yeah.
see that she popped up something. You also mentioned that you were going to bring Prince's bowling ball, if I remember the Instagram thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I have it. It's funny because I was looking at my bowling ball. I was like, wait, that's not my bowling ball. Oh. So mine's at Paisley because mine had my name on it and his is the symbol. So I'm going to bring it. That's going to be fun traveling with.
Yeah, I can't travel that way. I can't bring my bowling balls. It's just not going to work.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit heavy for me, but I'm going to have it so people can, look at it and even possibly bowl with it. It's there. So
this is gonna be amazing. And DJ Lake of Paris is going to be there.
mhm.
This is going to be. Lenny says, "Is it glow bowling?" Is that?
I hope not.
You know what? I don't think so. I think they have that option, but I don't know if I want to see like people in,
Just
glow.
say no. Just say
Yeah.
no. Just
No.
just say
No.
Yeah.
I will. No.
Sorry. I know that's the new thing and that's been the thing for a while, but no.
Yeah. I mean, there's gonna be food and like we're gonna have prizes, and I mean, it's for a really good cause, of course. I mean, of course, you guys know that we're doing a lot of stuff, so we're going and celebrating his birthday.
Yeah. So why don't you tell everybody about the event and what we're going to be doing there, what the reasoning for it is, because we definitely want people to come, and obviously we've got a massive audience here, and this is perfect.
Yes.
Well,
I mean, it's Live for Love. It's a fundraiser. It's more a celebration, but we're always raising funds for our charity. We have the Live for Music program going on where I'm going to try to show you guys some of the videos because I was just crying seeing these children being taught by such amazing musicians. we're working on a dance one too, Live for Dance. I'm actually going camping because I don't know, we helped Brown Bag Lady a couple months ago, and she has a big event in the summertime that we're going to help with as well. And I'm going, so I'm excited to hang out with children. I didn't know this, but in Los Angeles, when families get separated, not just in Los Angeles, when kids get separated, they get separated, and it's up to the foster parents to make them meet, to get an arrangement. But I don't know if you guys know, but LA is horrible with traveling and stuff like that, and they don't see each other. So we're actually taking these children and we're unifying them and putting them in camping situations where we're going to cook. I'm already thinking of things that we could do. So, and it's not my event, but we are helping them as well. There's a lot of things in the future that we're going to be helping. So we got to raise funds for it. Can't do it if we don't have the funding for it.
Right.
And it's just fantastic. And you were talking about the music program, and I want to share this screen because I don't think a lot of people kind of understand some of the people that are involved in this. I mean, you go through this list, Marianne's in there, Randy Brecker's in there. I mean, just the Michael Gabriel. What? Michael Gabriel's in there too.
I know. And he actually taught. There's this kid. It's crazy. He's 17 years old, and his name is Prince. But I mean, it's crazy because he's such a good guitar player. So it's so nice to see these two just sharing that energy and teaching. So I'm very excited. We got Shelby in there. We got Ida.
Yes.
Wow.
Felix Pistorius is in there. Felix Pistorius is unreal. Oh my God.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I just got Estero that's going to join as well. I don't know if you guys know about Estero.
No, I don't. What's the name?
She's a singer. She sang a song. I mean, her song was. I mean, she hung out with Prince a lot. So I mean, she's an awesome singer. I love so many of her songs, and
wow.
I'm gonna talk to her and figure out how else she can be a part of it besides, of course, teaching. So I'm excited about it.
Well, here's what I can tell you too. If you guys are interested in going to this, again, this is going to be in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. Again, you can stay in Bloomington. It's right there.
It's right there.
We've already been talking about this, but you can stay in Eden Prairie also. But it's going to be June 6th. And then there's also a bunch of really, really cool events that are happening the following also. So you can, and this is one of the things I want to make sure that you guys understand. I don't want you just obviously come for this. This is going to be fantastic. We want you to be there. Mayte is going to be there. We're going to be there. Shelby J is going to be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Gilbert Davidson's going to be there.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I think Michael's going too, isn't he? Michael Gabriel. I think he's
going to be there.
I'm telling everybody that I know is coming. So
there's going to be a ton of people there that you're going to be able to hang out with and bowl. But you can also make a weekend of it because obviously June 7th is Prince's birthday, and there's bunch of stuff going on too. But if you want more information on this bowling thing, you go to live4lovecharities.org, and all you got to do is just click here. It gives you information about the show. It gives you the address of where it's at, and you can buy tickets. You don't have to bowl. If you're not a bowler, it's perfectly cool. You can just come and you can watch. If you just want to watch, just
be there.
Yeah. Another thing is I'm teaching the next day too, during the day. So we're gonna dance. We're gonna dance.
Tell everybody about that.
Yeah, I mean, I got the studio. I'm gonna put the button up soon online for people to get tickets. But I'm there, and dancing. I've always said that it heals. It heals the soul. Whenever I feel down, I just I dance and I feel great. So I was like, okay, let's also make it where we're, this is just stuff that I know Prince would want. So we're gonna dance, and proceeds are going to Live for Love and to Mayte's Rescue. And and the concert, have you talked about Taika's concert yet, or did I?
Yeah, I also did not mention that specifically because of everything that was going on. But yeah, it's Taika. Now, actually, let me share this screen because I was sharing the fact that I set up a website years ago at princecelebration.com.
Gotcha.
What's that?
Every time he says it, I'm going to hit that.
Every time I say princecelebration.com, this thing, it's just, all right.
That's cute.
Make me when you're done.
All right. So if you go to the events page on princecelebration.com, it shows you kind of everything that's going on in Minneapolis around this time. Right now, obviously, we got the Live for Love bowling meet and greet. You can get all the information and tickets there. You can also just go to live4lovecharities.org. Also, that's also important. But also down here, I just clicked it and it closed. Where did it go? Oh, did I just? Yeah, there it is. Tyke Nelson and friends present a night of purple music celebrating Prince's legacy, and it is a laundry list of folks. Also, it's going to have Donna Grantis, Marva King, Shelby J, Adrian Crutchfield, BK Jackson. It's a special farewell performance by Tyka, and also St. Paul Peterson and the Minneapolis Funk All Stars will be the house band that will be there.
Yeah.
It is going to be. This is the event that's happening the next night on his birthday, and I think didn't Tyka say this is going to be the last time she's going to perform? Is that what's happening?
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's what she said.
That's what it.
Yeah, the Rolling Stones said that too.
I know. Everybody, it's funny because everybody's like, "This is the last, the farewell," and how,
So
like,
did
how
George
many
Clinton.
I know how many
George Clinton
farewell
said that a
tours.
few times.
Exactly. So, but yeah, I mean, it's a great day. So I'm excited, and I'm going too. So I'm gonna be there as well. I'm excited.
Yeah, and that's gonna be at Dakota, and also then depending on how late the night goes, there's also the Dance Electric 9 with DJ Dudley D that's also happening.
Oh goodness.
Going to be at Uptown. There's like so much stuff going on, and then Chase and Ovation is going to be doing a tribute to Prince. Like there's so much stuff going on June 7th.
Yeah.
So, but what's again the important part of why Mayte is here is because of the Live for One Another charity that's happening, which is going to be amazing.
Yes.
It's going to be so much fun. We're going to be hanging out. There's going to be trivia. There's going to be like prizes and stuff too, aren't we? Are we doing like whatnot?
It's gonna be fun.
Any hints what it's not going to be Prince's bowling ball? I know that. What?
No.
No.
No, I don't think so. But there's going to be some great prizes. I'm excited about it.
Oh my gosh, I am. I'm very excited. It was very, very cool because when Gilbert called me and said, "Would you like to come and do this?" I'm like, "Yes, sign me up, please. We'll do it."
Yes, please.
Absolutely, do it and come down. It'll be a lot of fun. I mean, even though we're going to be at the end of June, I just wanted to come and hang out with you. I know I had an opportunity to hang out with you. We've crossed paths many times, but I would love to be able to hang out with you and hang out with Gilbert. And man, it's just
that'd be great. It's
gonna
great. I mean, I'm excited. It's going to be a great weekend. I think people who were, hesitant about coming in. I know, celebration is a couple of weeks after, but hey, go to both. Go to both of them because it's going to be a great weekend. I'm excited about it.
And we got a lot of fam that's in Minneapolis already, and they're already there. So
yeah.
But for those who are willing to travel, it's going to be worth it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Matter of fact, I will make sure that I try to gather together some Funkatopia swag as well to kind of hand out to people. We'll make sure that you guys get taken care of. You come to this event because we need the support for the charity because there's so much going on and it's going to be a blast. It's going to be. And for all those people that mentioned it in the chat room, you guys, who is already planning to go to this bowling event? Because I'm really, really curious. I already saw there was like at least 4 or 5 people that I said, "Oh, I'm going to be going to that." I would love to know.
Yeah, a number of people saying they were doing it.
Yeah, so
I mean, I've seen some tickets coming in, so I think we just got to promote it and let people know that we're going. So it's gonna be fun.
Dave will be there. Elisa's gonna be there. Samantha's gonna be there. Rodney's gonna be there. Jennifer's gonna be there. Look, all you fine folks. We're just keep coming. This will be so much fun. So yeah, Live4LoveCharities.org. You can either get a bowling ticket or you can get a regular. Just want to hang out with you guys. Don't really want to bowl. I'm not that good.
Yeah,
I was okay. A lot of people don't know this, but you were talking on. You were actually talking on, I guess, your Instagram, and somebody said, how was your bowling game? And you said, "Oh, I get about 150 somewhere around there, 130." That's where you were.
Yeah.
I am happy if I break 100. That's like how bad. Yes, I broke 100. But this gentleman up here, my co-host Jeff Page,
yes,
don't know, he used to actually do it. He was almost going to be like a big time bowler. I mean, that was like.
So you were in a league. You were pro.
I almost turned pro.
Okay, I need you on my team.
Well, I mean, that was a long time ago. So, and I'm not bringing my ball. So house balls only, I suppose. So.
Aw.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. So you've got the twist. You know how to do the whole.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh man,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
that's great.
It might hurt though, because it's been a few years. I was planning on sandbagging and not telling anybody, but thank you very much, Mr. Crystal.
I mean, come on. You need somebody that's going to be good on the team. That's it.
Yeah. No,
Mm-hmm.
Good
I
point.
could probably knock 1 or 2 down, maybe.
Yeah.
Aw.
I
So
don't.
humble. So humble.
I don't do. Yeah, I don't do. Mine are just straight. It's like, oh, I got to get there. Let's go straight there. I can't do that curve at all. I don't. That doesn't even.
Yeah, I can't figure out the curve. I mean, it's funny because the way I bowl so much is Prince and he used to rent out a bowling alley. I don't think it's this one. I'm not sure, but he would rent it out late at night and we would bowl, and it was a thing that we did a lot. And he was really good. He would do the little twisty thing.
I
So yeah,
I believe it.
A hook?
yeah.
Okay, I'll ask you this question. As I know he's obviously was a good bowler. You were married to him. Is there anything that he didn't do well? I'm just curious. It's like the way he dresses, the way he carries himself, bowling, roller skating. Was like,
I believe the answer is obvious to everyone. It's called
what is this
sleep.
man not do? Go sleep. There you
Yeah,
go.
that's true. That is true right there. Yeah. Yeah, no, he did a lot of good, like, yeah, he was, yeah. You're right.
Wow. All right. Well, there's that.
Yeah.
All right. Live for Love Charities. Remember, it's 4 is the number 4. Live4lovecharities.org. If you send me if you buy a ticket, be sure to send me your notification, or not. I don't see. I need to see your whole receipt. Just proof that you bought a ticket to funkatopia@gmail.com, and I'll stick something in the mail for you, whether it's a Funkatopia sticker or some type of swag. I'll make sure that I hook you guys up because I want you to buy tickets. So you're going to get a little extra. So just let me know that you got it. Funkatopia@gmail.com. That's FUNKATOPIA@gmail.com. Just send me your proof that you bought a ticket and I'll send you out a little something. You don't have
Oh,
to pay.
that's so cool. Awesome.
And I cannot wait to see you on June 6th. It's going to be so much.
Likewise.
All right,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen.
We're glad you made it.
Yeah, and we
Bye,
want to.
everybody.
We're going to see how good Jeff is.
I know, right?
It's been years. Stop.
I know, but yeah, you're so humble. I can't wait.
Yes.
I'm gonna be
Oh
like
my
the
God.
first. You're gonna be nervous. The first time you throw, I'm like,
It's gonna go in the other
looking at
lane.
you.
I'm not bowling. I will just be hosting the event and talking. So that's all that I'm going to be doing, and hanging out next to Lincoln. That's it. That's all. That's all.
Awesome.
All
No, I
right,
look
ladies
forward
and
to it.
Mayte Garcia, get your tickets. Live4lovecharities.org. You can see it right there on the homepage or on the about page, also in the store area. So check it out. Thank you, Mayte, for stopping by.
Thank you. You're welcome. Bye.
All right, that was Mayte dropping in.
Man, the pressure is on now.
I told you, man. It's got it, anyways. Yeah, I know. I saw a couple people were like, "Oh man, is he he's not going to mention Mayte? Is he like dogging Mayte but not saying?" I wasn't.
Yeah.
So there was
Down,
another.
everybody. Did people have to realize that if somebody's not getting mentioned, it's not a slight or towards anybody. It's just sometimes things fall through the cracks. It just happens. Life. You ever order fries and then when you take out the thing of fries, one falls through the bottom. You didn't get to eat it, so shut up. It happens.
And then sometimes it's a tater tot.
And sometimes it's a tater tot.
Sometimes it's a tater tot in there.
Or like, what was that place that waffle fries and tots and all these?
Oh my God. Okay. So we get to Minneapolis. And the first stop we make, first off, we're calling each other and going, this past weekend. We're calling each other and going, my hotel's not letting us let me check in. My hotel wasn't going to let me check in until like 4. And somehow we happened to just, be aligned with goodwill. And somehow we were able to get into our hotels like before 11 o'clock, which is
completely
amazing.
different hotels. And
Yes.
everybody let us check in early.
Yeah, it was pretty freaking awesome. But anyways, the point of this being, we wanted to go get a Juicy Lucy, which again, for those who were just tuning in,
Wait. Oh, yeah.
Wake me when you're done.
So we're going to get Juicy. For those who are just tuning in, it is a hamburger with cheese on the inside of it. And of course, when you open up the hamburger and you cut it open, the cheese comes out and you are like,
Like,
And anyways, so one of the things was, and we got it at this place at Mall of America, and it said, it described the burger, and it says, what kind of cheese you want, blah 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 blah, and it says comes with fries, and I asked, this is at the cat. This for those who don't know, I know everybody keeps saying when we talked about Juicy Lucy's before, everybody was like, you got to go to Matt's. Matt's is the best Juicy Lucy's. So, okay, I don't know. We went to a place in Mall of America called Cadillac Ranch.
Cadillac Ranch was it?
Yeah, it was called Cadillac Ranch, and it says came with fries. And I asked him, I said, what kind of fries are we talking about? Is it like potato wedges? Is it like thin fries?
Like
stuff. He goes, everything.
It's just a Frankenstein mix.
I was like, what do you mean everything? What exactly does that mean? He's like, it's a variety of fries. I'm like, a variety of fries. I just need to know. No, I don't want to know is it like potato wedges? Is it like shoestring fries? Is it regular fries? Because I need to know. So I just ordered something else, but it's not the kind of fries I like. He's like, it's everything. I'm like, okay.
It was like a fried Chex. Yeah. It was like a fried Chex mix. It was just a bunch of kibbles and bits fries. It was just,
I said, just give me a fries. So they bring the fries, and it literally is a little wire basket, like a mini version of a fryer basket, and it's filled with all different fries. There was waffle fry in there. There was regular fries in there. There was potato wedges in there. There was I was like,
I don't know, man. There's something disturbing about that, because it's not like they're gonna make different. I just feel like it's like these. I'm gonna get in trouble for this, but these were the fries that people didn't eat, and they just said throw in a basket.
Bitches. Is that what Chuck E. Cheese got in trouble for, because they were taking pizza off of other people's that didn't finish and putting it together to make another pizza for somebody else?
It's like a new meal, specialty fries.
Oh my god. Yeah. So it wasn't bad, but so let's talk about, for those who are coming to Chanhassen or coming for the celebration, or hopefully I want you guys to come to this June 6th event. Please, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Please come to this event. I want to hang out with you guys for sure. And this is a much better opportunity for me to be able to hang out with all you guys, and both of us to be able to hang out with you guys. Is going to be at this event on June 6th at Bolero in Eden Prairie. Go to live4lovecharities.org. Get your tickets right there on the about page. You can click on tickets. You can buy a ticket to actually bowl, or you can buy a ticket just to hang out and come and hang out. And they need as many people as they possibly can to come and hang out.
Yeah.
So that's that being said, please come and hang out. That'll be awesome. Secondly, I want to talk about food places just for a second, because a lot of people are saying, what's some really good places to eat?
Before you do that, this weekend there was so much eating going on.
Oh my gosh! Well, you did way more eating than I did. You did way more. Yeah, you did way more eating than I did.
Food, man.
Well, here's the thing. So we went to Cadillac Ranch for lunch, and we had lunch with John Frost and his wife, which was really, really cool. We love them to death.
Yeah.
John Frost is like one of the OGs of Scott says, can you send a donation if you can't attend? Yes, you go to live4lovecharities.org. They actually have, in the upper right hand corner, there actually is a donate button. So if you want to donate and you can't make it, then absolutely do that, because it would be fantastic. I know they would appreciate it. Matter of fact, I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do another raffle. I'm going to pull some really cool stuff, and I'm going to do a drawing like I've done in the past. I did it for Bootsy Collins.
Yeah.
When Bootsy came to me, and he was just like, hey, you know what, can you help out? And so I put together a thing, and it was really cool because we were able to raise more money than anybody had asked to do this. And so, but so it's point being is it's a really, really good donation driver. So I'm going to try to come to, get a good package together. Anyways, so we had John Frost is really, really cool dude. He's also the one that he's a board of director supporter, and through patreon.com/Funkatopia. If you want to support this radio station and this show, patreon.com/Funkatopia, because board of directors actually get lots of cool stuff. And one of the things they get is 1 hour a month on the radio show, on literally on Uptown Radio. You can get an hour show to play whatever you want. And every third Friday at 8 p.m., the third Friday of every month at 8 p.m., he gets Friday Night Frost, which he plays a concert, which always goes over an hour, which is cool, which is fine. So we'll play like a random Prince concert. But the point of this being is that John is like one of the OG supporters of Funkatopia. So anytime I am in town or in the same place as John, I'll be there because he's the dude. I love John to death. So we had lunch with him at Cadillac Ranch. And then we had dinner at Amazing Thai. Is that the name of the place?
Thai. I think, it was Amazing Thai. Amazing Thailand. It's actually the whole word, but yeah.
I thought it was just amazing. So it may have been Amazing Thailand, but I think it was just Amazing Thai. But maybe it was Amazing Thailand. You're right.
Maybe I had an Amazing Thai on.
Yes. All right. So
I don't know.
I should have like I don't know. I should have a sound effect for that, but I don't. It's not important. Anyways, it's Amazing Thailand, and it was in Minneapolis.
It's really good.
And it was really good Thai food. Really good Thai food. We got together with Nick Garcia and his wife and a bunch of other people. And it was really, really fun. We had a great time, and it was this fantastic Thai restaurant. So, and then after that, after the brother show or the together show, there was a variety of places that people went to after the show. I went to the hotel. Actually, I take that back. I was on my way to go towards I don't even remember the name of the place. It was Smash Shack, I think was the name of the place. It was like some seafood place called Smash Shack or something in Bloomington. But Google Maps, I'll go ahead and warn you, Google Maps and Minneapolis has a really, really weird relationship. Like it will tell you to keep right, and then as soon as you get up on the split, it will go, just kidding, left.
That's the wall.
Just kidding. You should have stayed left. That's my bad. My bad. So, anyways, so Google Maps and Minneapolis have this really weird relationship. Pay attention to the road that it's telling you to get on, and just pay attention to the signs, not where Google says keep right, because sometimes you don't keep right, sometimes you keep left. So anyways, oh my God, look who's in the chat room, the one and only DJ Linka Paris in the house. Well, that deserves sorry, Nick. DJ, Lenka, we just talked about the event on June 6th. I cannot wait to see you on June 6th. We're going to hang out. I cannot wait to hang out with you again.
One of the best DJs. We love you to death. We talk about you all the time, and it's good stuff. It's good.
Yes. Well, except that one time.
That was one time. And John Frost is in it. He's like, I'm listening.
Yeah. Yes. So anyways, that being said, Google Maps had a really weird way of trying to get me to the Smash Shack, and when I pulled into the parking lot, it didn't look like it was a place. And so it was already 2:00 in the morning my time. It was like 1:00 in the morning where I was, but it was 2:00 in the morning, and I was already kind of wiped. So I was just like, I'm just gonna go to the hotel.
Yeah.
And so I just went to the hotel and sleep. But he had a flight that left at 5:30 in the morning.
So we had to be at the airport at 3 or something like 3:30.
We had to be at the airport at 3:30. So he leaves the show, goes to another bar. Well, that was not his idea, but goes to another bar.
What?
I just wanted to clarify that. I just don't want you guys to think he's like an irresponsible person. But he goes to another. Well, he goes to another bar, and then he goes and hangs out with Hope. If you guys don't know Hope, you'll eventually meet her.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She's a cooking machine. Sorry.
Every year, Hope does this big party in Minneapolis where she rents an Airbnb or something, and will do this, make like a buffet like you've never seen. Fried chicken and macaroni and cheese and mashed potatoes and salmon and what all was there? What it was all there?
Yeah, everything you said and then some. I mean, it was just stuff. It was like 2 Thanksgiving day, kind of events, you know what I mean? It was just a big spread, and everything was delicious. So it's not even about, well, what's going on. And you know what? Somebody said to her, they like, "You cook so much food. I can't believe you cook so much food." And she said, "I I just finished cooking for 2,000 people. This is nothing." I'm like, okay, okay, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Keep
So
cooking.
so that's kind of where anyways, that's kind of the point. So I don't even know, did you guys even go back to the hotel and sleep at all, or did you go just right to the airport? I
There
don't
was a hotel. Oh yeah, oh yeah. No, I think I got a 10-minute shut your eye, 30-minute or something real quick, but pretty much we stayed eating food the rest of the night till I think it was after 3. So it
Nice.
was already no, after 2:30 or something. So we were already running late. But it was right 1 block from a hotel. So walked to the hotel and I tried to get maybe 15 minutes, but it was more like, okay, throw everything in and get the heck out. So
I know a lot of people have problems with staying at a hotel as close to the airport. I don't.
yeah.
I I always say I'm ATL bitch, but I'm really not. I'm actually Lawrenceville bitch.
That's right.
I'm like northeast of Atlanta, so I technically I can't even say ATL, but I know you guys know Atlanta. I've lived in Atlanta for no joke 40 years. So
It's
I've,
Lawrence.
I've lived in Atlanta multiple times in multiple I've lived many lives and I've been in Atlanta many times, but currently I'm not in Atlanta, but I rep Atlanta ATL. I'm an ATLian for sure. However, what's interesting about that, don't even remember why I was saying this. God, I don't
Being
remember.
close to the airport.
Yeah, so there's something about where my location that must be like a direct pathway where the airplanes will come over, but they're like high, so you don't hear them really well. But if you're standing outside, it's the point where the airplane cuts off their engines, or just turns it down into whatever mode that is. So it'll be like you hear it's like that noise, and it's like such a really cool sound.
You have
Uh,
to do that again.
I,
Okay.
I'll make like a sound effect out of it.
ASM.
I'll do it, Sam. That's an audio keeper for sure. But
You're
anyway,
listening to Funkatopia.
that's the ASM. All right. Matter of fact, speaking of this past weekend, let's bring in a guest that was there this past weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the one and only Mr. Michael Bland.
Yes, sir. The man.
What man? Where'd you get that rowdy sample? No, man. All right, well, what's going on, Chris and Jeff?
Man, I tell you, it was such an honor to meet you, brother. I'm just like, oh my God, dude. Let's just go ahead and just get this out of the way.
Get it over with, man.
So, yeah, I mean, I know you guys had said you were coming, but I really didn't think you were actually going to show up at the gig, at the Together.
Fair enough.
Get on a thon. A lot of people say, I'm going to be there. I've said it. I'm going to be there. And then I'm not there.
I guess he was in for a monthly surprise. You know what I'm saying?
That's all right. It was good to see you. I'm curious to know, what have you heard about the show? What do you think? Well, first off, give me your thoughts.
Okay, well, let me just say it was a phenomenal show. I know I can tell you right out of the gate, I was like shocked, like every single time you guys went on to another song, I was like, oh, are they doing Blood on the Sheets right now? It's like, what's happening here? Because there are deep tracks, there are B-sides, and then there are those tracks like Blood on the Sheets where you not only have to be knowledgeable about Prince music, but you also had to have purchased a super deluxe set to even be familiar with that song at all. Man. So that was one of those tracks that is just I mean, unreal. Let me just go ahead and just share some of these. You want to share some of these comments? All right, here's one from Claire. What a night, bananas.
Yes.
Here's
That's
Kiara.
right.
The show this Saturday was awesome.
All right.
Let's see here. What's that? We're not worthy. Samantha's phenomenal show this weekend. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Well, here's a hater. Hate that I couldn't attend.
Yes,
Oh,
right.
I was getting ready, man. Somebody said something. What they say?
And then Sandra says, Michael Bland, love the way that you guys rocked out on Bambi with a metal shred.
Oh my gosh,
You and Sonny, my lord.
man.
Claire, and the show gets 2 thumbs up. We all loved it.
All right.
Lisa, Blood on the Sheets was fantastic, unreal.
Yeah, yeah.
Man,
You guys,
just like
you guys
I keep on going forever. Oh yeah, Christina goes, I loved it when they did Blood on the Sheets. Awesome. Show was flipping awesome. Where is the video? That set list. All right, let's talk about the set list. Matter of fact, let's bring up that.
Wait, but before we even go there, let me just say,
Oh, yeah.
I have to shout out to your sound guy, Cody Anderson. You know, we were talking about it, and I was like, this dude brought if wall of sound, anything that you guys did hit you in the chest. You felt it all over the body. Nothing was overpowering. Nothing stood out that didn't need to stand out. It was like, oh my god.
Yeah, me and Cody, we're like this, man. He's been mixing me since I was a kid.
Man,
And,
Really?
I've learned so much about sound just from our talks, and been able to apply what I know about his job to my job. You know what I mean? It's like he gave me more objectivity over the process. So we work in tandem, and he's brilliant. He's great. He's always been great, but he's even better when you cooperate with him.
right.
You know, and musicians can be a little, kind of pensive, and they get a little stiff-armed with the sound guy. Like, hey, listen, you do what you do, and I'll do what I do, and we'll just hope for the best. But no, it's symbiotic. Everything is working together, and you can't separate the gig like that. The audience is the front of house engineer is the translator.
Right.
You got to rely upon that person to distill the big picture to everybody.
Despite what everybody thinks, if you guys are doing your job, you practice, you prepare, you go do your show. The sound guy is the most important guy in the building, because this is all about sound.
I don't disagree. They are the translator. They transmit. You have to. I mean, you don't have to trust them, but it's better if you can.
Right.
Or if you do, especially if it's a situation where they've been at a club that you're on tour and you happen to be going there, and you've got to trust the person who's been living in that room the whole time, who's mixed, maybe 400 bands. You're not going to walk into a venue where they're at and tell them what it's supposed to sound like.
Right.
I mean, they're going to tell you, this room, it's physics. This room does certain things. When you set your sound, like when you do what you're doing, it's doing this. So if you could do less of that, everybody will have a better time. And I mean, people get into music for a lot of different reasons, and some people stick with they're exclusive in their scope of things rather than being inclusive. You have to. It's everybody is working together, man. I'm telling you, the rehearsal for the show was really. It's like I mean, I'm wary of people who seek authority or responsibility, because for me, I'd rather be. The main reason I did what I did, put the show on, was because I know how good a show can be if you have the right person steering it, and and also you have to have people who will yield to your expertise. And I had difficulty telling Levi, Mike Scott, Barbarella. It's like they look to me for direction because I'm the MD. But these are people who are every bit as qualified. They may have a different vision, but I had a way I needed to see this through. And, you know, it took a lot. I mean, on all sides, because I was the key man on the event. I had a partner, for the event, but he handled all the flights and the hotels and the this and the that and getting people places. But musically, it was like I really had to direct traffic, and I had to, try to maintain, my sense of composure because I always try to, but the music music overwhelms me. The music is the focus for me. Once I get in that mode, it's just tone and vibration. I'm not out to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm not out, I'm not going to say nothing about your mom, but I do need to hear these notes right. So, it just, people have different ways of getting to that place. And I knew that we only had one chance to do this, at least as far as we knew. And I called the right people who wouldn't blow it. And they proved as much on stage. I saw that comment you made, Jeff, about if there was any flaws, they kept them well hid, something like that.
Yes.
I mean, and that's 2 days of rehearsal. You're talking about a serious 7 or 8 hours of preparation. That's what we could do on a shoestring budget with no time. If I would have had a week with that band, I mean,
yeah,
it was what it was, and I'm not dissatisfied, but
right. Don't blame me.
But the creativity you put together, those people, it's almost like a seance. Like the energy became sort of almost uncontrollable, and it was like there was a wellspring of things we could do and try to explore. But I had to stick to the script because I knew the time was short, and so I just hope for the best, and that's what happened. Those people all rose to the challenge. There was no train wrecks.
No.
It went almost as good as I hoped for. And it definitely went. It was much. What am I trying to say? That I modified my expectations, and we surpassed that. I'll say that.
Yeah. And let's talk about the merch, okay? Because first off,
if you want to, yeah,
you had an awesome poster, which was signed by everybody, which was very, very cool. That was at the merch table.
Okay.
Obviously, you're seeing the incredible T-shirt that I'm wearing here.
Yes,
it's the actual T-shirt, and of course, I bought the T-shirt, and I also bought the CD single. That's
watch out,
autographed now. And then the lady at the merch table said, you should buy the promo pack that's only $5 more. And I said, well, what's in that promo pack?
Oh, hello.
She said, you get a sticker. I was like, all right, that's cool. You get a sticker. But wait, the piece that resists more.
You're talking about the socks.
Socks. Come on now. Come on.
Everybody talking about the socks, man. Some people said we need to do to get some compression socks for sale like that. For our older fans, you got my ankles swell up like a mug every night, man.
I need a wrist thing.
Yeah, I need it. Yeah, right. One of them that keeps your hand like that.
Yes.
You walking around the house with your hand on that.
MPG. Brothers.
Yeah, we might have to get the geriatric merch going. Bedpans.
Compression everything.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh man.
I didn't get the enema package or anything, but
right. The brothers enema kit. Thanks a lot.
No, but it was absolutely. But I want to pull this back up because we kind of glazed over. But let's look at this friggin' set list. Oh my god, this is. It's just like really, really surprising to me. Some of the stuff that you guys went and touched on, and I love Soul Asylum. So for those who don't know, who weren't at the show, who did not watch the videos, what was really, really awesome was the fact that Dave Perner came out and actually participated in this, which was totally unannounced. And well, unannounced to the general audience. Obviously, you guys definitely probably knew, but the fact that he came out and did Stand Up and Be Strong, which was his song,
Yeah.
which is fantastic, by the way. But it was really, really cool that Prince covered it, and it was on Welcome to America, I believe it was.
Right.
And then of course, for you guys to play it live was unreal. And then he stayed on stage and actually broke out the guitar and played Bambi, which is just
it was amazing.
Dude, I mean, this set list, for those who are listening on audio, the set list is Get Wild, New Power Soul, Count the Days. And Mike Scott was supposed to come out. I don't think he came out then. I think he came out a couple songs after that.
No, he came out there because he came out for Blood on the Sheets.
That's right. You're right. Blood on the Sheets, Pop Life, She's Always in My Hair, Why You Want to Treat Me So Bad, Call My Name, Condition of the Heart, Let's Work, Uptown, Stand Up and Be
Play
Strong.
Uptown, actually. There was some things missing, and I was just like, I know we're Uptown and we're at the Uptown Theater and all that, and the cuffs are supposed to match the collar, but it didn't come together like I wanted it at sound check. So
and then was When You Were Mine, and Sometimes It Snows in April, which is Chastity when she came out. Then they had The Cross, Call the Law, Days of Wild, Together, Johnny, Forever in My Life, Strolling, House in Order. Well, this is actually Strolling is when the Steels came out, and they did Strolling, House in Order.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, and then of course it was a little bit of an intermission, and then of course it was I Would Die for You in America, and that was it. I mean,
Michael Bland, you have a new title. You are the Pocket Protector.
The Pocket Protector. I love it. I love it, man. I might steal that, Jeff. You might have to take me to court.
It is you, man. It is you.
My thing about the list, it's and I equivocated about this, and I still saw some people saying, where was Cream? Where was Diamonds and Pearls? Where was and I kind of feel like we're never going to outdo what happened on that DVD, man. That's in the box set. That was too cold. That was us, when we were young and fired up, right. And all those versions are so incredible. From that one night, I mean, looking back on it, for me even, I'm like, I'm overwhelmed. I'm like, wow, we were that good, But also, they had the thing at Paisley where they played to the DVD,
right?
And so I figured that material has been covered, and I wanted to take this opportunity to play some things that that the diehard fans were going to really be into, and I talked to who was it, Rafi from France, from Paris, who said, thank you so much for what you played and what you did not.
Yeah,
he says, I don't have to hear Purple Rain again ever live. I don't all of these with the When Doves Cry. Thank you for not, Little Red Corvette. I've had enough.
Yeah, Samantha
sounded right.
Samantha said you could have played 300 songs and people would have still asked why you didn't play certain stuff.
True. She's absolutely right. She's absolutely right. And I, really the selection process, I pitched all of that, but I let people decide what they wanted to sing. I kept I gave them what to choose from, but it made no sense to me to push somebody into performing a song they didn't really resonate with. So the list is basically that. It's what they, what people wanted, what they wanted to do, So,
man it was
people
that's
keep
gonna stick, man.
Yeah. Well, I think Pocket Protector is going to stick because that's
Pocket Protector, man.
That's it, man.
That's going to stick for sure. The main question that I keep being asked is like, is he going to play this? Is he going to do this again anywhere else, like in another city or anything? And I was like, well, you said it was going to be one time, but
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say it's worth asking whether or not it's something you're even considering at all based on the success of that, or.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm always considering it, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it took a lot of work, and it's expensive to do something like this.
Right.
And somebody asked, "Are you going to bring the show to New York?" I said it'd have to be very special circumstances, and it depends on also, how you do it. It's like, do I go there with a core rhythm section? Do I breeze into town with Tommy and Sonny and Levi, and then like maybe tap, not local talent, but people from the area or from the city, like well-known artists in each city, if they're there, you know what I mean? It's like,
oh yeah,
it's
plenty of people to pick from in LA. And like Adrian Crutchfield seems like he's always playing here in Atlanta. So I think, I don't know exactly where he lives, but he plays quite a bit here. So there's a lot of talent to pull from in those major cities.
Yeah, it can be, and I mean, so it's somewhat a question of format, because being in Minneapolis, it's like everybody was here already. Only Levi, Mike Scott, and Tony had to fly in, but it's like I have a hard time imagining doing a show like this without the Steels. As like,
oh yeah.
It's they kind of took over, and it was a good thing.
Yeah.
So it's like some numbers would have to be crunched, some discussions would have to be had, but also, my plate is sort of full right now. My plan is to tour with Soul Asylum this summer. We're touring with Stone Temple Pilots starting in mid-August.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Heard that here.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm just saying, it's like I got a job.
Right.
I'm not really looking to take on another one, but I do also recognize that, I mean, this was a litmus test. There is a need. There's a need, because a lot of people, including myself, I haven't reached the point of closure. It's still vexing and confusing to me that Prince is not around. And it's an emotional endeavor to be playing his music anytime. This is the first time I played a tribute to Prince where I wasn't crying at the end.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think it may have been also because, because of Brothers, it's like we're talking about, not really resurrecting a sound, but we're talking about pushing it forward into the future. I mean, wherever Sonny and I are playing, you're going to hear some of his influence on us, wherever we go from here, that's a part of our legacy.
Right.
So it's, I feel like the reason I'm glad everything came together, because I didn't want to just do like yes, we miss you, Prince. You have to offer people some hope for the future.
Right.
And it can't be this thing where you continually, I mean, I don't feel like we were taking so much, but you got to give something at some point. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can't it can't be just some kind of money grab. There has to be purpose. There has to be intent, So
Henry wanted to know, is there still any way to get merch?
yes, the online store is opening this week. As soon as I get the link from Ryan Smith at High Tension Records, who's also the lead guitar player and background singer in Soul Asylum. Like I keep my people pretty tight. I stick with the people I know I can trust and who have my best interests. The entire band was there. JT, our bass player, Jeremy Tapero, he was drum teching for me behind the curtain. Ryan Smith, he was at the merch booth. Pern was hanging around and came up and did those couple. I mean, Soul Asylum is my family. I mean, a lot of people are, but that, where I have everybody in that band coming to support me doing a whole other thing.
So beautiful.
You can't really ask for more brotherhood than that.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
that's evidence. We're more than just bandmates. These people are my family.
What about an annual concert in Minneapolis? I mean,
that would be
that's more attainable.
I don't mind that. I might choose a different venue, only because, I mean, Jeff, I'll let you know that Cody, that was his first time mixing on that Midas board. Cody did the PA installation in that building.
Okay.
But he never got to that was his first time running sound on a show at that
Wow.
place. And he was like, it was not my best night. I wish I could have done better for you. He was is the word contrite? He was apologizing to me. And I'm like, Cody, the reason I hired you is because I know it was the best it could be. He is one of a few soundmen I've seen who will fight the PA until they get a result. Like he's
Perfect.
fighting all night for clarity. He's fighting for, like the visceral aspect, like making sure that people can feel the kick drum.
Yeah.
He knows what it's all about.
He did it. He did it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he would tell you that he didn't do it and that he wished that he had. But yes, I'm glad you said what you said, because he said, "Did anybody say anything about the sound?" And you're the only person who said something to me, Jeff.
Really?
So I was happy to give him a positive report, because he was feeling kind of iffy about it.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Kudos, man.
Okay. Right.
Anywhere I go, I listen for the sound guy. I pay attention to who's doing the sound, and that matters to me, because sound matters, vibration matters.
Sound matters. Yeah, they're the translator for your for your show. They translate what's going on stage to the audience. So when you find a good sound guy, you got to hold on to him, because there's I mean, we're all further up in age, but I mean, Cody's just old school. It's just physics and talent.
And you have as much talent as you have as many the people that you had on stage, and you could hear each and every instrument clearly. Each guitar, they didn't blend into each other. They had their own space. That's when you got a good sound guy. Because I mean, blending them together where everything kind of muffles and it still sounds clean is good, but you could hear every note from everybody. That is a sound. I was just like, that's
and there was a lot of moving parts going on for the show, because there was a lot of switching out. When Jesse came out, there was a whole setup change. You had the background singers that you had to mix in, and then on top of that, you had the steels. You had to bring a whole other set of microphones into the mix, which just seems like, you just bring out microphones. But yeah, there's all types of stage dynamics that happen when you add multitude of mics on there, including feedback and everything that's just going on. It takes a lot, and he did a great job. He really did.
Everybody who was involved in that operation is at the top of their field. Some of those people were overqualified. JT is overqualified to be my drum tech. You know what I mean? It's crazy that but he did it just out of love. And he said, man, listening to you and Sonny is like the closest thing that's like church to me. He's like, I would, he would have been there anyway, he was saying. So
Olga said, Tommy Spino sounded beautiful,
just like his face. Well, I mean, unless you guys have any other questions or or anything you want to say, my wife is putting the barbecue on my plate right now.
It was an honor for you to come on the show and kind of support it coming up. And so much for coming up and doing a follow-up, man. It's an absolute honor. I'm so glad that everybody that came got an opportunity to see it. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Michael Bland, and he will share that link once that merch gets available. So
I'll make sure you get it, Chris and Jeff. Yeah, so you can. I mean, we're doing it together now, man. So
all right, brother.
All right, so I'm at your disposal, man. Don't hesitate to call. I'm around, man, at least until I get out on the road. So you need me for something, please feel free.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for dropping by, Michael.
All right, man. You guys be good.
All right,
we'll do what we can. Adios, pocket protector. All right. So not only do we get an opportunity to talk about the celebration in a lot more detail, but we also had Mayte on the show and Michael Bland. This is what you get with Funkatopia. So
that's what you get.
One of the things I love the fact that we also had these beautiful all access.
Yes, we got all access passes. Boom.
Even though we didn't utilize them, I was clear. We didn't utilize them.
We really did.
They weren't meant for us.
Yeah. No, we didn't milk that. We didn't milk that, but they were there. I was wearing them like
yes, they after we kind of did the meet and greet, just for the story there, they gave us a bag, and we opened it up and we pulled out the lanyards and it said all access. And we're like, oh, all right, this is nice. This is nice. And about 15 minutes passed, the lady came up and goes, what lanyards did you get? I said, all access. And she goes, oh, yeah, you weren't supposed to get
those.
It's like, well, guess what, honey?
Try to take it back.
Come get it.
Hey, guess you don't know where this has been.
Get your all access pass.
I got your all access right here.
I got your all access pass right here. Yeah, but she did give us the passes we were supposed to have, which were these.
But it was nice of her. Because after that she said, "But you know what? You already have them. You can keep them." And then she goes, "But you won't be able to use them. You won't be able to get everywhere, but you can keep them." And I was like, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah, it's like, well, if you're not standing at the backstage when I walk through, you're probably not going to be stopping me. But we didn't take advantage of it.
No, of course not. Of course not. I mean, good faith. But thank you. So,
and just FYI, while we're there, I did have an opportunity to talk with Levi. So we would so he's going to try to come on the show at some point.
I'm glad.
He's been on the show before, but it was part of a group that was going. I don't remember what he was doing. He was doing something, and he came in. I'm not sure what it was. Also spoke to Tommy Barbarella, and he's also going to try to book a show as well. Right now, I'm in the process of having a discussion with somebody that agreed to come on the show next Tuesday, but now
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll let you know what's happening next Tuesday. But for right now, obviously, we wanted to talk a little bit about the celebration, and of course, we kind of got a little bit off track because of the fact that we had obviously the beautiful Mayte and the pocket protector himself, Michael Bland, coming in. We had two events that we had to talk about that kind of pulled us a little bit off rail, but it's all good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Special thank you to the one and only Mayte, and also for Michael Bland, both of which jumped into the show tonight. We did announce it. I said there may be special guests because they said they may come, so when they did. So there you go. I don't like to announce people that may or may not come. Depends on what you need. God bless all y'all, and we will see you maybe next week. Celebration 2024 for sure, but I'm hoping that we'll see you before then. That's the goal, and we'll see. Good night, everyone. I'm Mr. Christopher. This is Jeff Page. And we're gone.